Hi and welcome to my playhouse, and today I'm gonna continue upgrading my new used Lenovo X3650 Model 4, which I bought, well, it's already probably already a month ago, and it came to me from Hungary. That was where I bought it, and I bought it through the German eBay site. And well, if you haven't seen that video, I think you should go see that. Today I think I need to ask you to go and like the video. It has been a while since I said that last, so I can see that you're forgetting about that, so please like the video. Besides that, we're gonna be putting in some drives in my new server. I have a couple of SSDs here. These are 480 gigabytes Intel SSDs, and we're gonna be putting those in the server. And there's the other one, so we're gonna be putting those in the Lenovo server. Now that the server is outside of guarantee, I do not maintain service on my home servers here, but if you are in a company and have bought a new server, this would probably not be the drives that you want to put in there, because these are actually HP branded drives. And if you have service on your equipment like Lenovo servers, everything that you buy, if you buy Lenovo drives and put the Lenovo drives in the Lenovo server, the warranty or service will cover every Lenovo part that you put in there. So if you buy Lenovo drives, Lenovo RAM, Lenovo processors, Lenovo network cards, Lenovo fiber channel cards, Lenovo, everything will be covered by the service on the server. So if you have 3 years, 4 hours, something on that server, every component inside it will also be covered, as long as you've bought Lenovo components. Or the same thing actually applies to IBM servers. I don't know about Dell. Probably also Dell, but well, that's a really nice and easy way to look at that. But well, we're gonna be putting in a couple of drives, so I'm gonna make a little table over here and we'll install these in a couple of trays. So we need to put the 2 drives in a couple of trays. I keep a lot of spare parts. These are fillers if you actually put in drives where there weren't drives before. And well, we have some, oh, we actually have some from some SSDs. Let's see if I have 2 of those. Yeah, I have. There is 2 drive trays here from SSDs. I have a little bag with screws right there. We'll need that too. Get rid of this again. So I just need a screwdriver and we'll be ready to go. There is really potential for putting in more storage in these servers. See 2 SSDs on top of each other. They don't even take up the full space of the tray here. So that would actually be an awesome idea. Lenovo, that one is for free. We want this. We do want this. This is cool. So I mounted these 2 solid state drives in each tray, and I found some of 6 of these, and these are 146 10,000 RPMs, and there are 6 gigabit SAS drives. Let's just check if all of them is that. Yes, they are. I want to put in 2 of these in the first 2 bays, and I want to set them up as a mirror, a RAID1, and then I want to install these 6 146 gigabyte SAS drives in the server as a RAID5 and see how that works. So let's go install this. Over in the server I have a couple of other drives, these 2, so they're gonna go out. They are actually very similar. Both of them are 15,000 RPMs, so well, I might actually have enough 15,000 RPMs to do the exact same thing, but well, right now we're just gonna go with the 10,000 RPMs drives. I will probably not keep these drives in the server for long. This is mostly for this video purpose of testing this out. The server did not like me taking those out. It is complaining about the hard drives here. Okay, and that's a good reason for that. I'll put in the new ones. The 2 SSDs here. Put those in. 1, 2. We're gonna take out all of these fillers. Oh, it's not supposed to be lighting up yellow. I don't like that. And we're gonna be putting in these. Oh, it's stopped lighting up yellow. That's very nice of it. Orange or amber. I'm not totally sure what that color is. In Danish it's called orange. Come on. Oh. And that's the same as orange. There. 8 drives installed. You can put in more drives. Then you have to take these out and put in a backplane and do some controller stuff in the back of the server, but oh, we're not going for that today. Right here we are in the BIOS of the server, and there is actually a storage thing down here. So you can see the RAID controller is there, and this is a Mega RAID server RAID M5110E, and this is the built-in RAID controller that is located on the system board of the server. I've put in an cache/RAID5 extension, and I'm looking forward to see how that works. You can go in here and configure your controller using these enabled. Okay, maybe not. Controller manager, drive manager. Okay, we can see the drives in here. That's always nice. But there's another place in the BIOS where we can go in and control it. Oh, it's actually still on the system settings, and that is adapters and UEFI drivers. Go in there, go in again, and then we have to go down and find the controller, which is actually right there. So that was quick. And here we can choose the web BIOS or the UEFI client. I always go for the web BIOS there, and the mouse usually don't work in here. I have a weird PS2 keyboard here, and that part of it does not work, so I have to go get a real mouse. On the Lenovo server there's a couple of USBs here on the front, and that's a very convenient place to plug in a mouse. In this case it's an HP mouse. I don't think I have a Lenovo mouse, but let's go back to our configuration here. Okay, here we see the controller, we see the firmware version, and a big button that says start. So we'll press that, and here we it sees some foreign configurations, and I do know that everything here is good to go far away, so I do not need to keep anything. So all configurations, I'm just gonna clear them. So the big clear button here, and it will delete everything. It will ask me if I'm sure. I am pretty sure of that, so go right ahead. So here we get the discs, and fortunately for me the 2 SSDs are good, but some of the other ones here are yellow, and yellow drives are not really that good. Yellow means that the drive has had a failure. If we press it, we get an overview of the drive, where it's located and stuff, and there is also a next page here, and here it says that this drive has a predicted failure of 1. So it has been it has failed previously, so this might not be the best drive for using for your production or my production or anybody's production, but for configuring a RAID I think it will do just fine. this is not the way to go for your production. If drives become yellow like this, take them out of production. It's not worth your time and your money to have bad drives in there. There's one of them that is good to go, perfect condition. So, well, this is what we have to work with. I could try and find some drives that are all good, but I'm pretty sure that for configuring the RAID that we want to see here, this is fine. The first two drives is the SSDs. They will carry on in the server. The next drives I'll take out when I'm done recording this video, so it doesn't matter. Maybe I have to remember that number 2 is good. That might not be a bad idea. Or it's actually located in slot number 3. So the 4th drive is good. Okay, we will go over here and use the configuration wizard. There. So we can add a configuration. We can also create a new configuration. I think we will start with creating a new configuration and press next. It's warning me again that I'm about to destroy a lot of data. We are fine with that. Here I can configure this manually or automatically. I think we will go with the manually for the first one, because we will need to pick the drives that we need to do something with, and redundancy when possible is also a good option. If you don't want redundancy, it's a good idea to unpick this with no redundancy. But we are gonna make a mirror here, so I'm gonna be picking the redundancy thingy. So here we have the drives, and what we do is we pick the drives that we want to put in a drive group, and we put them over here under, and it has already seen that we don't have a drive group right now, so the first drive group will be drive group number 0. So we will pick the 2 SSDs. I'm afraid I can only pick one at a time, or at least that's how it usually is. So we are adding those 2. They have been added, so we can accept this group there. So we have done that, and we can now add to this group number 1 if we wanted to, and create that. But I will create this group number 0 first, and then we'll go back and do this group number 1 next. Here we get the choices, more or less nothing. Add to span, and that goes over here. So with 2 drives we can do a RAID 0 or a RAID 1. That's about as wild as it gets. So here we have it recommend us to do a RAID 1. We can select how big the strip size is. All of this is usually great, and we can update the size, get the maximum size out of it. I could actually make more virtual drives on the same 2 disks. I'm not going to, so we'll keep it, use the maximum size for these 2 disks, which is 446 gigabytes. So we're gonna accept that, and it tells us again that I'm about to destroy all my data. Is that right? Oh no, it's talking about the write through, which is fine. I don't have battery backup on this RAID controller yet, so yeah. Are you sure you want to select write through? Yeah, sure. We have created that, so we should be able to go next and accept and save configuration. Yes, that's fine. And now it's want to make sure that we are about to actually delete the drives, so we will do that. And it will do that. We'll pop back out to the main screen, and oh, it stays here. Okay, so we can now go home, and now we go back to the main screen, and it will show us out here that we have configured a virtual drive with these 2 drives in it. What the RAID controller does is it takes the physical drives here. We have 2 physical drives here, and it does RAID on them, and it presents the operating systems and says, here is one drive. So the operating system really doesn't know what is going on. If it's just one drive, or if it's a mirror like this, or if it's a RAID5 like we're going to be doing down here. So let's do this again. Configuration wizard. And this time we're going to be adding a configuration. Otherwise it will clear existing configuration. That's a bad idea. It's not right now. It's not bad, but if you have data on the system, it's really bad idea. So next on that one, adding configuration. This time we're going to try an automatic one. Redundancy when possible, yes. It has kind of selected all the drives and put them in here for us. It has already done that. We passed a screen that where I normally pick all the drives and put them in, but it has figured that one out by itself, that all these 6 drives should go over here and become this RAID5. So we're gonna accept that. It's pretty smart actually. So yes, save configuration. One of those drives does not sound very nice, and now we're initializing them. Oh, and we already have a drive failure. Damn. It's degraded. Which one has died? Number 1 is really bad, so I will take number 1 and exchange that with something else. Like this one. We'll put in that instead of the first drive. So are we in view? Yes. So the first two drives are the SSDs, and this number 2 is pretty bad. So we'll check that one out and put this one in instead. There. So I have to make a note of this one being not so good. So back over here. Let's see what it thinks about that. We'll go into drives. So yeah, it's rebuilding on that drive, so it has figured out that it has been put back in. In many occasions it would be a lot faster just to delete this while there's no data on it. We can delete this and create it again faster than this rebuild process that is going on up here. That is taking ridiculously amount of time. So let's go home. But right now we do have the drive, it's just bad. And I have 4 really dodgy drives down here. Let's check number 2 though, see if it's how that is. Rebuild process 2%. It should be okay. It does not have any media failed or predicted failed counts, which is always good. So 3%, that's about that. Are you sure you want? Yes, I want to kill that operation. It will take all week. That's of course a lie, but so let's go back here. It's offline, cool. So we'll go in the wizard here. We will try and clear a configuration and see if we can pick just the one configuration that we don't want. You have chosen to clear all virtual drives. That's not what I want. I want to just clear one of them. So let's try virtual drives and see if we can delete it that way. We can pick this one. Can we clear? It doesn't say anything about deleting that one, so let's go back again. Let's pick the virtual drive up here. That one. Here it is. And here we actually get the option of deleting it. Delete. Go. Are you sure you want to delete it? Yep. So now it should go back. And we have 2 good drives and we have 4 bad drives, and we still have our virtual drive number 0 up here with the drives 0 and 1. So we haven't touched this. We have deleted this one. And now we'll just build that again. Configuration wizard and add configuration. Next. Manually we'll change that to automatically. Redundancy if possible. Yes. Next. It has picked all the drives. It has built a new one for us. we'll accept that. Save configuration, yes, should be good. All the drives will be initialized, yes, we know about that. So there we are, it has now 2 again, and we can press home. And so now we have a RAID5 here, and we have a RAID1 up here, and this was a lot faster than rebuilding it. Now that there is no data on it whatsoever, it's just a lot quicker, and this one was not too good. So I will go get a marker and mark that out as not a keeper. But as I've mentioned, I get these drives when they're bad and they're good enough for me to play around with. And for this video, this is actually pretty cool that it failed, because then I get to show that. So optimal. I'm trying to put in new words instead of always saying awesome. So optimal. Okay, so I've marked this disk as bad, and I will do as I always do, exchange it at some point. I have one of these disks, that one. That is working really hard on something. I don't think that's probably no good either. And it's one of the 4 bad ones. So probably for video work like this it's great, but for production or these 4 drives is trashable. If there is service on a server and there is a predicted failure like these 4, they will be exchanged, no questions asked. Well, I mainly did this just to see if the extension card that I put in the server would be working, and it does produce a RAID5, or give me the option of RAID5, which I did not have before. I didn't check, but according to all the paperwork and Lenovo press, well, I shouldn't have RAID5 before I put in that card, which I showed in the last video. I'll put those in the end here if you want to go see those. I'm in them, they're awesome. The 2 SSDs are gonna stay in there, and I'm gonna start moving stuff over from the old server as soon as I get the new processors for this M4 server here. They should be in the mail. I've ordered them from eBay Germany. There was an auction, and I'm getting a couple of E5 2660s, 8-core processors, and I prepaid them, bank transfer, but well, hopefully they will be here next week, and I'll be exchanging processors, and oh, I'll have to take out some more RAM and stuff like that. Well, the 2 solid state drives are gonna stay in there. I'm gonna be installing ESXi 6.5 on this server on a little USB stick inside of the server, and these disks will just be storage for it. Thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again, and have a really nice day. Bye!